Alright, welcome. I am Jeepok Khan. Jeepok's my grandpa. Khan, first three letters of my last name. Our gamer tag is Jeepok Khan 87. We're diving into Elder Scrolls Online on PC. I've been playing for the past few weeks, and we're starting a fresh character, fresh account. We're going to build the greatest healer Tamriel's ever seen. Pamzilla. I designed her after my wife, my girlfriend, my loving female companion, mother of my children, you know. I'd rather look at her than my old bearded hairy ass running through the Hall of Tamriel, you know what I mean? She's easier on the eyes, and it's just cool. It's a Dungeons and Dragon type thing, you know what I mean? You can create whoever you want, be whoever you want, and that's what we're going to do. That's what she's designed after. We're going to actually go through character creation here. What I did with my character, our custom settings, and then we're going to play through the Welling Prison, is what I have planned here for episode 1. This is episode 1 of Elder Scrolls Online playthrough series with Jeepok Khan. It's just me playing the game, so if you don't find any interest in that, definitely I'd click off the damn video, you know what I mean? It's not going to be entertaining to you. You will learn a lot. I'm going to share a lot of my things that I've learned throughout the years, my tips, my advice, all those good things. I did play on console for 5-6 plus years, several thousand hours, but the economy went to shit, and the economy was a big part of my life on that game, on console rather. And I had a lot of fun, right? But things happen in real life, and I quit playing on there. I got a badass PC, and I want to play Elder Scrolls Online. I'm actually going to dedicate as much time as I can to this game. I do work 8 to 5. A little bit about me. I'm a father. I have a loving, awesome, wifely creature. I shoot this live. I'm not a professional YouTuber, guys. Gals, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing this for fun. I will do a little bit of editing, but for the most part, it will be shot live or be shot raw. You will hear my puppies in the background. You may hear my son burp, snort, fart. You know what I mean? It happens. My girlfriend might cough. This is real life, right? I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm just doing this for fun. That being said, I would love it if you smash that thumbs up, that like button down below. We are trying to build an ESO community here. We're going to build a badass guild, get a bunch of us together, make some lifelong friends, do everything we can to enjoy Elder Scrolls Online and exploring Tamriel. So if that's something that interests you, definitely be on the lookout for a video where I talk about our guild that we're creating. You'd be more than welcome to join. We'd love to have you with us. See how far we can push it, how great we can be together. Yeah, alright. So let's go ahead and dive in here. Pamzilla. She's a female, obviously. Ebonheart Pact. So you have 3 alliances here. Daggerfall is going to be your Breton, Orc, Redguard. Aldmeri Dominion is generally your High Elf, Wood Elf, or Khajiit. And Ebonheart Pact is your Argonian, Dark Elf, and Nord. Imperial can be any of them. You do have to buy the expansion pack or the add-on for it or whatever. I did not do that. I do got the any race, any alliance, so we're actually going to go with the Breton for Ebonheart Pact. Just imagine story-wise, her mom met a guy, a Nord, they fell in love, they had a baby, she's half Breton, half Nord, but she has the Breton affinities, but she was raised as a Nord. She's now a Templar. And she was raised in the Ebonheart Pact, so that's where they lived and built their home and enjoyed their lives. So you can kind of just, you know what I mean? That's what RPGs are, man. It's role-playing, you know what I'm saying? It's hardcore. Needless to say, the only time the alliances matter is when you're in Cyrodiil fighting. If you're Ebonheart Pact, you have to fight for the Ebonheart Pact and kill the other 2. So on with the other 2. If you're Daggerfall, you have to kill the other 2, you know what I mean? It ties you in PvP. Otherwise, it doesn't matter anywhere else. Alright, so Bretons. What do they do, actually? The Ebonheart Pact Breton. The racial skills of the Bretons reflect their affinity for the arcane, increasing their base magicka recovery, light armor, alliance point gain, spell resistance, and cost reduction of spells, allowing them to cast spells with little pause. Essentially, they're badass for magicka sustain. A lot of these characters, some of them will give you more damage, some will give you more sustain, some will get you more tankiness. Bretons are great if you're going to be casting a lot of magicka spells. So that's why we go with the Breton personally. As well as they look, they're just beautiful. I built a Nord. Nord's my favorite all time, obviously from Skyrim. Put thousands of hours in. But they just look too rah, you know what I mean? It didn't resemble my girlfriend as much. So, needless to say, we are a Breton. We are going to go with the Templar. We're going to build the greatest healer Tamriel's ever seen. We're going to be that guy that queues up and actually heals through dungeons. Helps our allies, our teammates, our guild mates in trials, being a healer. DPSs are a dime a dozen, so everybody's got a DPS, right? But we're going to actually go healer and see how great we can be. These traveling knights, or Templar rather, these traveling knights call upon the powers of light and burning sun. to deal massive damage to their enemies while restoring health, magic, and stamina to their allies. So that's a big part of the healing. We're going to actually be supplying resources to our allies as they run out. We'll be dropping shards on the ground, and they can pick those up, and it'll recoup some of their resources so they can continue to do damage or whatever they're doing. We're also able to pump out quite a bit of damage. This class is one of the easiest, most new player friendly classes you could ever play in the game. They heal while doing damage, so you don't have to manage your health pots as much or casting shields or anything like that. You just pump out damage and it heals you. So that's the badass part, right? You know what I mean? They're very new player friendly, but they can get very in depth. We're going to dive completely into them. We're going to master the Templar, healer, and DPS here on this account. So definitely follow along if that interests you, or if you play a similar class or you're thinking about playing a Templar. I think you'll figure out or you'll find a lot of that information here on this channel. So I just went in and I changed things that I wanted to change. It's pretty in-depth customization. Built her body like my girlfriend's, the skin tone or the color of her flesh. I like to go to the fourth one. It looks like she's got a little bit of a tan to me. She doesn't fake bake, so
I'll never have a tan.
well, she has a tan everywhere but her legs, so, or her butt cheeks. But she used to fake bake. She don't fake bake anymore. I don't put any body markings because later in the game I will get some cosmetics from spending, from crown crates and all that good stuff. And if you have cosmetics on their body, I don't know if it actually takes it away and adds in the new. I actually think they lay it over the one that you've chose here. This one's like stuck on you, I think, is my fear. So I didn't pick any body markings. I left it just a clean slate. And I built her body to resemble her. I put a little gut on her, a bigger waist. She's got tiny little arms and tiny hands. They're so cute. A big old booty. Who doesn't have a big old booty, right? And then we went to the face, and I tried to resemble my girlfriend as I see her in my mind's eye. I didn't mess with a lot of these. A lot of these I just left the way they were. I think I'd get too confused with the nose and all that stuff. And you can honestly end up wearing a helmet or a polymorph, all sorts of things. I did the big things, like her eye color, the burning embers, the eyebrows, her hair color, what she tries to go for with the curls. Oftentimes it's very straight hair, but she really likes curls, so we went with curls. And you can really dive into this and build your character however you want. You can make like a Darth Maul Sith-looking badass Argonian if you chose to. But this is what we got. Alright, let's actually go ahead and create her, and we're going to dive in and set up our settings. And these settings are just little tips I have. You don't have to use any of these. You can go in and make them the way you like them, so that way the game plays the way you want. I just do certain... There's a few of them that will help any player, and we'll cover those. So, alright, so we landed here. First thing I'm going to do is come in here to settings. And I do want to say I don't use any add-ons. My add-ons are off. They're outdated. All that stuff. I've tried them. It's not really my cup of tea, so we're not going to use any of these at all. We're just going to play the game the way it's meant to be. Definitely add-ons make your gameplay much better. Check them out. Dive into that on your own time. It's something great. Video settings, I leave everything the way it's set up here. Ultra, high. Supposed to be badass graphically. Audio. I like to turn on my NPC subtitles. I can hear them, but I'm better if I can see them and hear them. I do turn down like interface. I've dropped a lot of these down to 70. I want to hear the dialogue, cinematics, and master volume is at 100. So the other stuff I kind of turned down because it's not as important to me. I'm going to actually turn the music down a little bit to 60. That's close enough. But the main thing is dialogue to me. The cinematics and dialogue. I want to hear that. It's what the game's about. You know, the backstory, the voice acting. I want to enjoy that. And here, I leave almost everything. I come down. Quick cast ground abilities. So this is on automatic, which means you'll have to target and then hit it again to cast it. I actually turn it on, so I just have to hit it one time and it'll cast where I'm pointing at. It saves you a lot of clicks and it's just more efficient. I also changed the enemy color to this kind of pinkish bright. So far I'm enjoying it, but turn it to a color you like. Initially it's set up as red, but everything's red. And when the world's on fire, it's hard to see a red circle to get out of it. So if I see this color, I get out of it, because that means the enemy's trying to hurt me, right? It's just more, it's easier to see with your eye, I should say. Next thing is consolidating area loot. I turn auto loot on. I leave the rest of these alone. If I accidentally steal something, they will chase me. I'll have to escape. Oh well. But some of the quests, you actually do have to steal placed items to complete the quest. So I leave those off so I'm able to do that. I know there's a lot of information, so if it's overwhelming, I'm sorry. A lot of this will make sense the more you play. So if you're a brand new player, just kind of take it with a grain of sand. Take in as much as you can, and later on down the road, you'll better understand it. It all makes sense. So field of view, I open wide up so that way I can see as far as I can around the edges on my screen. And this is for your crosshairs, your horizontal offset. I actually put it right about here, just so it's more over the top of her instead of having your crosshair out here and your body clear over here. I don't like that, so it's just more personal preference. Let me actually show you here. See where the crosshair is now? It's more over her shoulder. And even if I zoom in or out, it stays close to her shoulders. The way it was before, the crosshair would be way like 4 inches off to the side of her. And I don't like that. It just kills the immersion for me anyway. It's got me looking somewhere else when I don't want to be. So I come in here. I like to actually have my user ID set up. Display name. The reason for that is because I can make 20 characters and they all have different names. Well, I want to see people's user ID so that way if they're on 5 different characters the same day, at least I'll see their main account name knowing it's the same person, just on a different character. Otherwise, you'd be trying to learn 1 million people on 20 different characters. That's then 20 million different names you got to remember, right? So I just go with user ID, keeps it simple. If you go character name, you're going to see each unique name. I like to turn these on and see when my game's just screwing up really bad down here in the corner. Frame rate and latency, I don't understand exactly what they mean, but when they spike 600-700 in the red, then I know there's a problem. Usually my son's downloading a game or something on the PS5. Nameplates I like to turn on. This will show the title and the guild that the other player is representing. I think that's cool and unique. Titles you can earn through questing and achievements in the game. Showing those off, I think people should enjoy seeing those, seeing what somebody's accomplished on their account. So I used to have Emperor or former Empress above my head for being Emperor in Cyrodiil, and that was one of the harder ones to get. I was very proud of that. So I never show my own because I know what my own are. And if another player turns these on, they'll see mine. You know what I mean? I don't have to have it turned on for myself. The only thing I do down here is health bar. I like to turn on a frame border, and it just makes it look cooler. Honestly, you don't even really need it. I keep it to where mine only pop up if I'm taking damage or my resources aren't at 100, then they show up. Otherwise, they're not on the screen. And you'll kind of see that as we play through here. Text size, I got to go massive. I'm old, blind. It's only getting worse. Profanity filter, I turn off, so that way if people are cussing, I can kind of actually read the whole sentence of what they're trying to say. And then make a decision on whether to mute them or block them if it's something, racist or homophobic or just terrible I don't agree with. I can always go in and mute the person personally. I don't care if people cuss. I'm an adult, you know what I mean? I want to understand what they're trying to get across through their wording, you know what I mean? I want the whole message. So chat callers. I'm actually going to change this one over to gold here. That's good, accept. So I got my guild that I've built, Grand Sigic Order, and this is the one that we'll be recruiting in the future. I haven't got it set up yet completely, so be on the lookout for that video. And I'm part of Ivory Syndicate. I joined them the other day, and I've just used their roster to transport around the map. I don't actually know anybody in there or conversate with them, so it's just not my cup of tea. I'm playing the game currently. I don't have time to do all that. I'm sorry to say. So here we are. Combat's one of the biggest ones, most important in my opinion. Your ability bar. I like to turn it on always. If you don't, it only pops up when you're using them. I like to see my abilities all the time. I also like to know the timers on them, so that way if I cast them, it has a timer counting down so I know when I can cast it again. Attribute bars, I like automatics. They pop up, like I said, when I'm taking damage or using resources. I turn this to numbers and percents. What that does is, my health bar, say I have 30,000 health, numbers and percents actually show me if I have 26 or 25 or 24 as it's going down, right? They actually show a number. If you don't have that on, it's just going to show a red bar shrinking. And you don't actually know how much you got. I'd rather see the actual number and percent myself. I also turn my ultimate number on. And I would highly recommend turning all your combat text on. This will show how much damage you're pumping out or healing you're pumping out to people. So you can actually see what your skills are actually doing, which ones are better, which ones are stronger, things like that. I do turn off the pet damage. I don't run a pet build, so it don't matter. But if you're running a pet build, you might want to have these on so you can see what your pets are doing. I don't know. I don't like to run pets. It clunks up the screen, fills it up with all these little minions running around. It's not my cup of tea, personally. So buffs and debuffs, I like to see them all the time. They'll be right here in the middle of the screen. That way I kind of know when my buffs are expiring, I can cast certain skills to get them up again. Otherwise, I won't know. I just got to kind of try to remember, you know what I mean? And that's, if I want to maximize my damage or healing output and keep my buffs up, you know, my defense up, all that good stuff, my shields, I need to see them visibly to know, you know. There's a lot going on when you get into battle, so the more knowledge you can get on your screen to know what's going on, the better, in my opinion. Alright. So now that we have settings and character all set up, we're actually going to dive into the quest here. We're going to play through the Welling Prison Escape, and kind of see what that's about. And that's how we'll wrap the video there. That will be episode 1. First, I want to log out here. We're in this little prison cell, and we don't know why, right? We're a brand new character. We just came into the game. We're going to jump in and play the cinematic, and then this will explain why we're in that little cell. Enjoy.
The storm is coming. As the Imperial throne lies empty, the scent of war swirls in the air. The fate of all Tamriel rests on the strength of a common prisoner's soul. Evil awakens. A long-banished foe stirs. Those who would destroy Tamriel seek out dangers to their dark plot. And so death's long arm reaches out. It is the 582nd year of the Second Era. The drums of war are sounding. This is where our journey begins.
Alright, if that don't get you pumped up, I don't know what will. That I watched that so many times, and it just gets me so excited. It's the hype train, man. That kind of explains where we're at here. You've seen that we were sacrificed, and we're now in the cell. The door there, that was at the end of that cinematic. You can tell the whole surroundings is kind of the same, and now we got to try to escape. And that's why we're here. Manny Marco sacrificed us. He's sacrificing a ton of people, stealing your soul, essentially. The Prophet. Let's see what this dude's got to say.
Slowly now. You've been through an ordeal. Take a few moments to collect yourself.
What's happening and who are you?
Like you, I'm a prisoner in this place. Yet so much more. I am the past and the future, both. I am despair and hope. The tapestry we weave is a complex one. You cannot hope to see its pattern in its entirety. Not yet.
What do you want from me, guy?
You must rescue me, and I, in turn, must rescue you. You must escape from this cell, take up arms, and protect yourself. Then find Lyris Titanborn.
Who's Lyris Titanborn? Who is that? I don't understand. And then he vanishes. Come on, dude.
Whoa
You gotta
there.
give me more than that.
Are you all right?
This is
The
Lyris
name's Lyris.
Titanborn. Goddess of the Nords. Badass.
I hope you've still got some fight left in you. You're going
Probably
to
my
need it.
favorite character in the whole game. She broke our padlock, our cell open. We're getting out of here, bro. Make a run for it.
Dead. Must have been the runt of the litter.
Alright, so they gave us a great sword.
Keep your weapon ready and stay sharp. This place is full of
They usually
surprises.
generally give you what you're going to use in the game. But since I'm making a Magicka Templar, I'm going to be using a staff myself. But a great sword is often recommended for a Templar. It's just not the way I play. So don't take that as you have to use it, okay? Use it till you get the weapon you want to use. That's just showing you how to light attack 50 times.
Keep moving. There are more Daedra on the way.
This tutorial's badass. As we escape through here, it walks you through all the buttons and what to do, why to do it, this, that, or the other.
Stop now. Keep moving. More guards are on the way.
I also like to collect everything. I struggle running past nodes in the game. So it makes my journey a lot longer, but it also makes us a lot richer. So every node you pick up is gold in one way or another. Whether you sell it, use it, you don't have to buy it because you picked it up. It all turns into gold. So this is going to show us how to block. It knocks them off balance and you do a heavy attack. And these are the core mechanics of the game. Believe me, you'll use them for the entirety of your account. You can just button mash if you choose to. This is how you interrupt. You hold block and attack at the same time. It does the same thing. It interrupts the spell that she's casting. So if they're doing a heavy attack, block, and it'll knock them off balance. If they're casting a spell, bash them and interrupt. Essentially is what it's telling us here.
Hold a moment.
Just teaching us
Come
those
here.
mechanics.
We need to talk. This place is an abomination. You can almost feel the hatred emanating from every rock.
Who are you?
A fellow prisoner. The name's Lyris.
Lyris Titanborn, I was told to find you.
What? Who told you to find me?
A strange old dude appeared in my cell. I got that pre-rape feeling, but he was wearing rags, so I wasn't too concerned at that point.
The Prophet. He spoke to you? What did he say?
He said our fates are intertwined, Lyris. Or his and I's fates are intertwined. We're all intertwined. We gotta find him.
Ha. That sounds like the Prophet, all right. He's a prisoner here, too. It was very dangerous for him to speak to you, even for a moment. You must think you can help me.
I can still hear his voice in my head. What does he want me to help you do?
Break him out, of course. Believe me, I can use all the help I can get. That blind old man is the only person alive who can help us get back home. Tamriel's a long way from here.
I owe you one for getting me out. I'll help you.
These tunnels will eventually take us to the Towers of Eyes. That's where we'll find the Sentinels.
I have so many questions, Lyris.
I'm sure you do. And I'll answer them as best I can.
Who's the Prophet?
He's a strange one, no doubt about it. But he's the wisest man I've ever met. He sees things. The past, the future.
What is this place? Where am I?
You're obviously not in Tamriel anymore. Think of the most miserable, depressing place you've ever been in your life. That's paradise compared to Cold Harbor. And to top it off, well, there's no easy way to say it. You're dead.
Oh, snap. Then how are we having this conversation?
I don't know. Once we rescue the Prophet, he can tell you about the gods and the ways of oblivion. I don't understand any of it myself.
If I'm dead, who killed me?
A man named Menamarco. His worm cult is doing some kind of ritual back in Tamriel. They sacrificed you and everyone in this prison to the Daedric Prince Molag Bal. After you died, whatever was left showed up here. They call you the Soul Shriven.
Well, we're gonna find that dude and kick his ass. What does that mean?
It means you're a slave and you'll spend the rest of eternity here in Cold Harbor, working under the lash of the Daedra. Unless, of course, you come with me.
And you're dead too?
No, I wasn't sacrificed. The Prophet and I were brought here conventionally, if that makes any sense. But we're prisoners here, same as you.
So she took the bus down, I took the sword down. How can we rescue the Prophet?
It won't be easy. The place is watched by magical constructs called Sentinels. We won't stand a chance unless we can blind them. I'll tell you more when we get there. And we'll never get there if we don't get moving.
Alright, let's do it. I'm on your 6.
We
Let's
should keep
roll.
moving.
Roll out. Release that man. Oh shit. Not like that. Dear goodness. I said set him down. That's what I meant. So here you can try to block his heavy attacks, knock him off balance. You can try to interrupt his goodies, all that good stuff. It's basically just showing you how to play the game. I'm gonna button mash through it. Because I'm a button mash god. And we leveled up.
Well played, friend.
Vakar the
Mark is
Forge
good. You
Master.
are good in a fight.
Let's just go ahead and level up here.
A god
Level
of
2.
brutality knows of your escape.
Spend skill points to gain new abilities. Spend attribute points to increase your magicka, health, and or stamina. 1 attribute point, 1 skill point. So they're giving us 1 of each to spend. I'm going to go magicka build, so I'm putting all my points into magicka. I highly recommend if you're going stamina, you're using a bow, dual wield, a two-handed weapon, you're going to want to go stamina. If you're using a staff of any sort, you're going to want to go magicka. I would not put into health myself, unless you're a hybrid build. Health, I generally eat food, max health food. That'll boost that way up. So then you don't have to worry. Honestly, I would just go whatever your build is. Magicka build, put magicka. Stamina build, put stamina. It's my recommendation. Later down the road, you can do more in-depth stuff as you choose. But to keep it simple, that's what I highly recommend. So when you get your skill points, the first 3 skill points you get, you should always put in 1 in each of these. The reason that is because once you've unlocked a skill in those, and they're on your bar, it's actually going to level these skill lines up. You can see they're level 1 now. When they hit level 50, they will be maxed. At that point, you can take them off your bar if you want. But you're going to want to unlock them because they have these passives. And these passives are what gives your character the most power. So that's my best recommendation, is get 1 skill out of each tree and they'll level up. This is my spammable puncturing strikes. I put it on the key that's easiest for me to reach while I'm running. Launch a relentless assault, striking up to 6 enemies in front of you 3 times with your Aegis Spear. The spear deals 1700 magic damage per strike and reduces enemy movement speed by 40% for half a second. So we just stab them over and over. And they can't get away because we reduce their movement speed. It's basically what the skill does. Alright, carrying on here. Templars are badass, man. If you play one, you're going to have a ton of fun. I promise you. Something cool I noticed here, if we come over here and look. I come over and I tried to save this guy, actually, get him off the spike, but look at him, he's twitching. I wonder how many people out there have never noticed that. Comment down below if that's something you never noticed. It was a little graphic, I must say. Destroy the Cold Harbor
The
Sentinel.
god of schemes can see every part of Cold Harbor.
Alright, we
We
can
need
do
to
that.
distract him. What was your name again?
See, my Aegis Spear increased to level 2. So anytime you gain experience, if you have one of those skills on your bar, it will actually level up. And that's why we'll unlock 1 of each skill out of those first 3 trees and put on our bar. Until they're maxed, essentially. Not to mention your best skills come from those 3, your 3 class skills, so...
Try to be inconspicuous. Just got free of this place. Last thing we need is to get recaptured.
This is teaching us to sneak. We destroyed the giant eyeball. The Sentinel.
Quickly! While he's blinded, we must get to the Prophet's cell.
Fool! You will never escape my realm.
Hermamora's wagging tongue. The door's warded. We'll never get in this way. Damn it! Destroying the Sentinel must have triggered these wards. We'll need to find another way in. Maybe Cadwell can help us.
Who's Cadwell?
Cadwell is the oldest of the Soul Shriven. After years of torment, Soul Shriven usually go insane and turn feral. But not Cadwell. He was already insane before he left Tamriel. Mad as a box of frogs, but completely harmless. You'll see.
How can a madman possibly help us?
Cadwell sees things as he wishes them to be. To him, Cold Harbor is a wondrous place. It's his home. And he knows it like the back of his hand. He's usually down by the river. Let's go find him.
Alright, so Lyris is my favorite character in the game. By far, my second favorite character and runner-up is Cadwell, Sir Cadwell.
In the middle of the night, 2 dead kings got up to
Greatest
fight.
song ever.
Back to back, they faced each other, drew their bows, and stabbed themselves.
He's badass, dude. He's got a pot in his head. Come on.
Hello, what's this? Out for a stroll then? Lovely day for it.
You must be Cadwell.
Sir Cadwell, yes, indeed, a pleasure. And fair Lyris, good to see you, my dear. How are you then?
We're trying to get inside the Prophet's cell. The door is sealed.
Oh dear, well that is inconvenient, isn't it? Tell you what, I happen to know another way in. Much more of a scenic route. Rather a fun little jaunt actually, full of traps and corpses and nasty beasties filling up the bits in between.
How do we get through all that?
Rather cautiously, I expect. Watch your step, hold your nose, and do mind the traps. There'll like as not be a fair dose of running and skull bashing as well.
Skull bashery. I love it. Where's the entrance, good sir?
Follow the river. You'll find the door to the Undercroft at the water's end. Once you're inside, stick to the light, and you'll find a ladder that will take you right up to the Prophet straight away. Do give it my best.
Thank you, good sir.
Best of luck. Do check in now and again, won't you?
Absolutely. Tell me about yourself.
Well, there's not much to tell, is there? It's the same old pish-tosh, gallant knight, epic quests, rescued maidens. I came to this land when my head was quite unceremoniously separated from my body. Bad luck that, but you make the best of things.
How long have you been here?
Oh, quite a long time. In fact, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if I was the oldest of the Soul Shriven. Of those who didn't go feral, that is. I know every tunnel and path, every nook and cranny. The others look up to me, I suppose.
How do you know Lyris?
Ah, Lyris. Girl's as mad as sheer Gorus jammies. Heart's in the right place, I suppose. Says she's got to rescue the Prophet to save us all from eternal torment. How an old blind man could do that is quite beyond me.
Yeah, I agree, man. What do you know about the Prophet?
An imperial gentleman. Apparently he was once a powerful mage, but the years haven't been kind. Lyris says he knows of a path back to Tamriel. I rather think that if one existed, I'd have found it by now.
You don't think there's a way to get home?
I haven't actually given it much thought. Anything's possible, I suppose. Truth is, I've been here so long, this place feels like home. But a good uprising now and again is a pleasant diversion, so where's the harm, eh?
Alright. That is something you're going to see here in these videos. The main quests, storylines, I'm going to play through them, read through them, voice act them. I guess it's not so much acting, it's just me in my head what I think it sounds like when I talk to them, you know what I mean? Should be entertaining if nothing else. Weird old dude questing through Tamriel. I know a lot of people button mash because they don't always have time to listen to everything, and I'm similar, working 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. There ain't a ton of time in the world, so you want to get as much done as you can. You want to be competitive, you want to farm, you want to grind, this, that, the other. Well, in these videos, I'm going to be playing through the content and enjoying it, taking my time, learning all the lore, enjoying the storylines. You can absolutely watch it on a second screen, a meme for your second screen, essentially. So lock picking, I was going to say pickpocketing. You can actually sit here and you can go down and they start to tremble. When they start to tremble, you let go. This one we're actually going to force. It's just faster. And as you level up your Ledgerman or your Thieves Guild, it actually gets easier to force locks. So there's some dungeons and not to dungeons like I believe it's the Imperial Prison or the White Gold Tower. You have to pick locks to get out of a cell before you burn to death. It's quite cool. It's definitely worth leveling up. Right now I'm just grabbing all these weapons that I find here. There should be a bow and arrow. Maybe not. Apparently not. Staff. We want that. Alright, so to unlock the skill lines, the game used to give you all the skill lines. They'd all be unlocked. So you'd come in here and there'd be like 6, 7, 8 different weapon types. You actually have to equip the weapon and kill an NPC or a bad guy. And then it unlocks the skill line. So right now we've done a two-handed. So what actually you have to do is you go in and you equip a different weapon. And now when I kill somebody, it's going to give us that weapon line, Restoration Staff. And you'll see that here as we play through. Now the same thing goes for your armor. Light, medium, and heavy are 3 types of armor. It used to show you all that, but they reduced it so it wasn't so overwhelming for new players' eyes, right? So now you actually have to equip 3 pieces of light armor to unlock the light armor skill line. 3 pieces of medium to unlock the medium. And same with heavy. So we're actually going to equip 3 of each to unlock them. And right now we don't have 3 of each, so we're just going to throw on what we got. But our goal is to eventually have 3 of each. Just have them unlocked. So we unlocked Restoration Staff for the skill line. You'll see it here, Restoration Staff. So we're going to equip another weapon. We're going to equip 2 one-handed weapons, so we'll have dual wield. when we kill somebody then. I just do this so I know what my options are, personally. So again,
Come get some more, you skeeving
we
horrors.
unlocked. Oh my god, why did that not unlock? I should have unlocked it, my bad. Oopsie. Let's try again. Thanks for the coffee, babe. So there it is, dual wield. It's now unlocked. And now you can see all the skills that come with it, the passive abilities. That's why I like to go through and I like to unlock them all, personally. Destruction Staff will be our next one here. Drinking coffee, playing ESO on a beautiful Sunday morning.
Who taught that one
Damn
to
it, I
fight?
didn't equip the
God
new
of
weapon.
self-punishment?
Oopsie. There we go. And you don't have to do any of that. You can just stick to the one weapon that you're going to use. I personally do it. Just I like to be able to see everything. Here's the staff. Oh, I thought it was going to be the Inferno. The one we'll actually use. Now, if you jam them up too many times, it'll break your lockpick. So, like right there, boom. So just bear that in mind. I will say I've always had hundreds of lockpicks. You get them everywhere, so if you run out, you really have to be trying to run out. Whoa, is that my Inferno? Yes, we want that. So let's see what we unlocked here for skills. Good. So we actually want to equip this and a shield. It's called one-handed and shield. Sword and board. That's what tanks will be running, or should be running.
The Prophet's Cage should be just ahead.
It's your
Quickly
world,
now, we
man.
haven't
Do
much
whatever you
time.
want. If you want to run into battle with one-handed weapon and be a tank, do it.
All right. The
You
good
know what
news
I mean?
is we made it here in one piece, and the Prophet looks unharmed.
It probably won't turn out well for you, but you can
Now the
absolutely
bad
try.
news. It's going to be up to you to keep him safe and get him back to Tamriel.
Right?
I'm not going with you. There's a trick to opening a cell. The only way for a prisoner to leave is for another living soul to take their place. I need to swap places with the Prophet.
Is there no other way, Lyris?
Believe me, I wish there was, but I don't see anyone else here with a beating heart, do you? If Molag Bal isn't stopped, he'll destroy everyone and everything we've ever loved.
Alright, I'm ready when you are.
Once it's done, get moving. The Prophet will know where to go, but he'll need your eyes and your protection.
Alright. I'll be back for you. I will be back for you. You can count on it. Alright, this shit's powering up. Dark Pinions. Boom! They went through each other. That was kind of cool. Badass.
Freedom! Thank the divines you are safe. There is that at least. Lyris sacrificed everything that we might go free. Her sacrifice must not be in vain.
Can we find a way to take her with us?
I wish that were possible, but I promise you, once we escape Cold Harbor, we will find a way to rescue her together, Vestige.
Vestige?
That is the name I have given you. You are but a trace of your former self, a soulless one, an empty vessel that longs to be filled. It is, as the scrolls foretold,
but not exactly as I imagined.
Why does Lyris call you the Prophet, man?
That is what I've come to be called. My true name is lost even to me. Years of torment have taken their toll. Quickly now, we must make haste to the anchor.
Anchor?
The anchors are Daedric machines of the darkest magic. Their chains bind our world and pull it towards Cold Harbor. I can use one of these anchors to return us to Tamriel, but you must lead me to it.
Alright, stay close.
Up the stairs, quickly! We must get to the anchor mooring.
The blind dude knew there were stairs. That's weird. Just saying. Alright. Oh, we gotta level up, dang it. So, tip for level 3. Having an active food buff will increase your combat effectiveness. In this game, the more max magicka you have, the more magicka damage you deal. The more max stamina you have, the more stamina damage you deal. Or physical damage, rather. My bad. So if our max magic is over 30,000, our spell damage is going to be even higher. So just bear that in mind. That's why we stack our magicka, so we can use our abilities. But also having a higher max magicka creates more max damage for spell damage. You always want food running. Early on, when you're first getting into the game, you're not going to always have a food buff going. Just bear that in mind. Once you hit CP 160, you definitely want to get yourself a stack of tri-stat food, in my opinion. I'm trying to think what I want to do here. I'm going to put it right here. It looks better.
There it is! The dark anchor mooring.
That's badass. Oh shit.
The mortal thinks it can defy me. Futile.
An alien and
Soon
predator
your
mixed.
world will
Moloch
be
Maul.
in my chains.
Come! I will protect you! A moment.
That's why I run Breton, because I can almost spam this constantly. You see my magic will run out, but if I light weave, light attack, that, light attack, that, my magicka usually will last the entirety of a battle, most times, most often. If I wasn't a Breton, my magicka would have ran out fast as shit, so. The Prophet.
The dark anchor's portal is high above us. I will prepare a spell to lift us to it. But first, you must reattune yourself to Nirn in order to regain your physical form. To do this, you will need a Sky Shard.
What is a Sky Shard?
A shard of ethereal magicka that carries the essence of Nirn. Some link them to Lorcan, the missing god of creation. If you collect and absorb its power, it should restore your corporeal form. I will summon one of these shards for you to absorb.
Why don't you just summon about 600 of them? That'd be awesome. So my Breton skills aren't, I don't know if they're actually affecting me now. It's more of a light weaving. It's saving my magicka.
And anoint us with your blessing. There, quickly.
But eventually it
Collect the
will
Sky
come into
Shard.
play the Breton passives, big time. So Sky Shards, you collect 3 of these throughout the world. There's 16 of them in each zone. 8 above ground, 8 of them are in delves or dungeons. And every 3 Sky Shards gives us a skill point. Skill points how we level up our skills. This is our first Sky Shard ever. Monumentous, a monumentous occasion, event, thingy. Yes.
Great Akatosh, dragon god of time,
Stand on
I
the blue circle.
require your strength. Let the way be opened. Let these wandering souls return home. Let the will of Moloch Baal be denied.
Amen, brother. Preach.
Hurry! We must go now!
I saved the dude and he jumped off the cliff. Oh. Thought he was jumping to his demise. So, upon escaping this, depending on if you're Aldmeri Dominion, Daggerfall, or Ebenar Pact, it will throw you on a starter island. Let's go ahead and claim that.
The vestige awakens once again. Come here. We must speak.
Well, before we do, I want to grab these goodies. In this game, you can steal stuff and sell it to an Outlaw's Refuge and make money. You can find cool blueprints, all sorts of good shit, and
The
nightstands.
vestige awakens once again. Come here. We
Let's see what this
must.
dude's got to say. The Prophet.
As I feared, we arrived in different locations. I am in a place with the smell of burning ash on a hot wind and the sounds of a distant battle. It matters not. You have awakened once again, and we must set you on your path.
How long was I unconscious?
Days, weeks, I cannot tell. The voids between worlds disrupted all sense of time and space. I know only that you were deposited into the sea, and some charitable soul fished you out and brought you to dry land.
Really? What should I do now?
I'm afraid you will have to decide that for yourself. I must focus on searching for a way to repay Lyris's bold sacrifice. I cannot simply abandon her to the wrath of Molag Bal.
When will I see you again?
I cannot foresee that, not yet. But we will meet again. There is still much we need to accomplish.
So we get a sealed urn. This rusty urn clearly originated in Cold Harbor. It has been tightly sealed. Your name is burned into the side. So if you've ever been to jail, when you get out, they give you your stuff in a little tote. Generally, this is what that is. We get all of our goodies. 2 skill points, and we got the skill line Soul Magic unlocked.
Be wary, Vestige. Our very plane of existence is in peril. The threat of Molag Bal looms across all Tamriel, and chaos spreads in its shadow. Danger roams the land and will assume many forms. Do not let it catch you off guard.
Alright, where should I go?
You must find your own path. But perhaps there is a reason for the place in which you find yourself. Explore, search for a cause to lend your hand. Join with others. You might even seek out those who rescued you from the sea. The choice is yours.
So you think there are many who need my help?
Indeed, I sense that even now, there are good people near you who face grave danger. They need your assistance, should you be willing to give it. To thwart the will of Molag Bal, we must skirmish with evil wherever it rears its head.
And there are others who would join me in this.
We do not face these troubled times alone. Many shall rise up to fight this tide of darkness. Wherever you go, you will encounter others who share your courage and valor. Help them if you can, and enlist their aid if you have need of it.
Alright. I really dig the satchel, man. The man purse. I'm feeling it. Alright, so he's in a different place than where we arrived. We will meet up with him later down the road. Now, we're going to go ahead and wrap the video here. I think that's a good intro to my account and my series here on my channel. Like I said before, definitely like and subscribe. Completely free to do. Subscribing just keeps you up to date when I put out more videos. So like episode 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Or tips and advice videos. I'm going to be making a ton of Elder Scrolls content. Covering everything going on in the game is my goal. Just trying to build a community, make friends, have fun. See how far we can push this channel. You know what I mean? Comment down below if you have any questions, thoughts, your input, your opinions, things like that. If I said something wrong or I got something wrong in my advice, definitely correct me below. Please try to keep them non-toxic, man. We're all adults here. Alright, yeah, that's all I got. Much love, stay healthy, and we'll catch you all in the next episode.